EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Midwest. The echoes of the Gallahorn and the Skol chant reverberate inside U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings.
2026 Minnesota Vikings.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. Will Reichert will get this one started. Off we go from downtown Minneapolis. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So the Buccaneers come out, and Baker Mayfield leads them out. He has found a spot to be very comfortable. The former #1 overall pick out of Oklahoma, who turned 30 in the season, has done a nice job with the Buccaneers the last few years.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. It's Otten in motion. They go play action with Mayfield. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Mike tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. And it'll be 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So the Vikings come out. Technically, it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but really it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen is his ability to display footwork both inside and outside the pocket. And those movement throws, especially in today's NFL, they are so critical. On top of all that, he has a lot of trust in his arm. He's not afraid to attack tight windows. If he can continue to develop, continue to hone this obvious talent, he could really be a special player in this league. And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily what they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
12 more yards from him there, and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Doesn't matter the level of football, Mike. If they can't stop it, keep running it until they can, and I think that's what we're seeing here on this drive. Back-to-back explosive gains on the ground. I'd imagine at some point the defense gives it a different look.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd
and 11. The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. He's got this on target to Addison. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Going to stop this here for injury. One of the Buccaneers is down. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside.
Waste of time.
On fourth down, it's Will Reichard time for this Viking field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Buccaneers offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 4. Quick throw on the RPO is complete, and they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Baker gonna give it to Irvin. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
32-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 32. It's out of the shotgun. Mayfield. He'll step up and run.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. And a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Irvin. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
That's another
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the ground, they'll go with Rashad White, the back out of Arizona State. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And he's in. win. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. That's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bucs will take a 7-0 lead.
7, Vikings nothing.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Price now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Viking to tend to. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They'll put Addison in motion. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 9. Again, it's Jones. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's a throw from in trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Cameron Johnson deep for Tampa Bay. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. It's Irvin. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Eric Wilson on the tackle.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Irvin. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
3rd down, they need 5. Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
The Vikings offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. From his corner spot to Mel Dean ends that play.
2 yards.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
In motion, it's Jefferson. On play action, here's McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. 14 yards on that pass play there. 1st down, Minnesota.
And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Play action now. It's McCarthy. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the zone read, it's McCarthy. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Give him 14 on that one. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the 1st down.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
They'll go back to Jones on 1st down. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
On the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. The BUCS have the early lead. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Vikings football as we begin this 2nd quarter. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down as we are ready to get back underway. A exiting the pocket right. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. This one from just under 50 yards. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. On the return is Sean Tucker. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Buccaneers offense ready to take over once again. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. This is Irving. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Ivan Pace up from his linebacker spot to make the stop.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
Down the field, it's Evans. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
A short one there to Otten. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll run it. It's Irving. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
It's Otten in motion. Second down throw for Mayfield. Out right and catch made. That's a BUCS.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
They'll try to sneak it here, and he's going to have a Bucks first down. At least it appears that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
And he'll take it on in. Cade Otton. Touchdown, Tampa.
Buccaneers.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Bucks extend their advantage to 14-3.
Buccaneers 14. Vikings.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Take over first and
Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Yaya Giambi getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. This pressure is relentless. They get him again.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. He's going to let this one go deep. That is brought in. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
37.
And how about that? 3rd and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down. Now a handoff. Jones. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about
He's
3.
tackled at the 32-yard
So his team
line.
finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
On the stop.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Got to get this to the 25. Here's third down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
McCarthy to the air. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
A 3-yard loss on the play.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? That is caught. What a throw. Jalen Naylor. Touchdown, Minnesota.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
On now for the extra point, here's Will Riker. He gets it to go, and the Vikings are back within 4. It is 14-10.
14. Vikings 10.
Riker it out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Johnson now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Baker Mayfield and the BUCS ready to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irvin. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a first down.
For a first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And he is out of bounds. 13 more on that carry. He is churning out the yards. And another first down.
Buccaneers.
Well, after the
First
nice
down.
run to start the drive, why not go back to the well and try it again? And that's exactly what they do. Have to imagine at some point now, the defense tries to change their look.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker. That one is caught by BUCS. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
10 more yards.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Irving. Yeah. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
13 more yards.
13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
What we're seeing here in this first half, Mike, is an example of the offensive line, the running back, and the play caller all on the same page. The execution and the ability to continue to pick up chunk plays on the ground has been a great start for this offense.
To the goal line and in. BUCS. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
McLaughlin now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Buccaneers are out to a 21-10 lead.
Vikings 10.
Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll pick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25.
Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. Now McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Here's 2nd and 6. Here's McCarthy. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time.
He was defended by
and it's going to be third down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
In motion, it's Jefferson. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. 13 yards on the catch there. First down, Minnesota.
13 yards.
So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
At the 42-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw once more. Here's McCarthy. Now he'll run it. And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the first down. Good, smart play with the slide drive by J.J.
14 more yards.
That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
44-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
Vikings.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Come on, baby. Here we go. Make a play, boys.
So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Reichert's kick is good. And the Vikings are able to get it back within a score.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. He'll get forward for about a yard. Christian is in there to bring him down.
It's 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's hard. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play and a much-needed one as well. And even 30 yards.
42-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On the give, it's Jones. Has some room inside the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
A gain of 24
A gain there of 24 yards. It'll be a Vikings first down.
First and 10.
I've always gone by the philosophy, Mike, that the pass sets up the run. And in these last 2 plays, that's exactly what happened. You hit them with the big pass, they adjust. You soften them up a little bit, you take advantage for the big gain on the ground.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. He'll step up and run. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal.
10 more yards.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
They'll run it here with Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
Brings up second and
A loss
goal
was definitely
at
not
the
something they had
10-yard line.
accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Again, it'll be Jones. And room to operate as he takes it down to the 2.
At this point, we're going to need two hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's third down and goal. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Good blocking, and he's in. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Vikings. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs could be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The Vikings will line up
in
for
motion.
the
It's
two-point
Jefferson.
conversion.
Jones going to try to run it in, and he will not get in. They will come up empty on this try for 2, unable to tie this football game up. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Johnson now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bucs offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up second and
this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On second down, Baker. That's over the middle and caught by Ibuka. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
16 yards.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately his passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
throwing on second down. Mayfield. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch from contact.
This one on target to Godwin, and he'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Oh, they had a shot there. It hit the 5, but it continues into the end zone, and will come back out to the 20. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Jacob Parrish in there for the stop.
At the 24-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 24 now, here is 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Try and run for the first down with Jones. And he'll get nothing here. He's back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
A gain of only a yard.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. As he's on to punt for the 2nd time. Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
To the tight end, Otten with the grab. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. That's BUCS in motion. 2nd down throw for Mayfield. defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a fourth down.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
The Buccaneers getting their punter out there as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. And this is going to pin them back. It's out of bounds inside the 10.
At their own 9-yard line.
The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. A run, it's Jones, and this will not help the cause. He's going backwards. Tackled back at the 8.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing on second down is McCarthy. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
3rd and 2, and here's McCarthy. He'll try to run for it.
This just kills you as a defensive coordinator. Here you are thinking you're going to get a 3-and-out, get off the field, pick up some momentum for your team, and you allow the quarterback to get loose with his legs, and he's able to convert, and now you got to go back out and defend a fresh set of downs.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And that will lead to a second down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Jamel Dean that time off the corner gets in to make the play.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Hawkinson in motion. On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. Oh, the ball's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
J.J. McCarthy sacked.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Bucs offense getting set to get back to work. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. give it to Irving. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They keep feeding him. 15 more on the ground. And another first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So, here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Irving now gets it to start the 4th. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Right back to Irving. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
He's brought down at the 50. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 5.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
First down.
And at this stage of the game, every first down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete. Trying to hook up with Cade Otton that time around. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
And while he didn't connect for the touchdown, what I really liked, Mike, was that he kept his eyes downfield as he left the pocket. And once he saw something that he did like, he ripped it without hesitation. They just got to find a way to get on the same page in these scramble drill moments.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. It is brought in the end zone. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the 4th quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. It's up and through. And the Buccaneers will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. Price now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down
The Vikings
shy
take
of the
over first
25-yard
and 10
line.
At their own
The Vikings
24-yard
offense
line.
make their way out to take over once more. They'll start out first down and 10. Play action now. It's McCarthy. Open man downfield. It's Addison. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 33 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And it's the arm talent, Mike. It's on full display. His ability to step up in the pocket, get everything behind that ball, and throw a laser downfield. That's not a throw that all quarterbacks in the NFL are capable of making, and I think it was pretty good defense. Just turned out to be a better throw.
We'll get this complete. It's Addison again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7
A
yards.
7-yard pickup.
Similar
Brings
to a
up
tight
second
end, the
and
slot
3
receiver is
at
often
the
considered the
36-yard
safety
line.
blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On second down, here's McCarthy. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
A gain of 10 yards.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
They'll go play action here with McCarthy. He'll run again. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
11 more yards.
You know, Mike, I like
That's
everything
another
about this play
Vikings
except the
first
very
down.
end. You've already
First
picked up
and
good
10
yardage.
at the
You've already
15-yard
picked up the
line.
first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
On play action. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
J.J. McCarthy sacked.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
A 4-yard loss.
And anytime this offense
now
gets
third
themselves
and
going in the
17.
right direction, it just seems like the pass rush finds a way to make a play of their own, and they have completely dominated this game up until this point, Mike. I mean, it is no surprise they're playing with the lead as a result.
Third and long. Here's McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Jones. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up
8-yard
fourth
gain.
down.
It's fourth
When you
down.
throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here.
Will Reichard
Once the ball carrier had
for
the
the
ball,
Vikings
multiple
field goal.
guys around him, corralled him,
31-yard
take him down
attempt.
short of the sticks.
And this one right down the middle. It's good.
Makes the score
And they are
Buccaneers
indeed
28,
back within
Vikings
one score.
22.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. On the return, here comes Tucker. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run with Irving. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick 1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll go again here with Irving. Finding room across midfield. And he'll be taken down. They keep feeding him. 15 more on the ground. And another 1st down.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession lead. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And he powers his way forward, doing it on the ground, inside the 40, a gain of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
A gain there of 10 yards. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. But he doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up.
I had a rule, Mike, when I was playing that if the ball hit either of my hands, it was a drop. You don't get paid in the NFL to make the easy ones. You get paid in the NFL to make them all, and I think that's a catch he's got to come down with.
Got a man! It's a BUCS complete! And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Emeka BUCS. Touchdown, Tampa. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Mayfield to the line. The Bucs will try for 2.
The Bucs will set up for the 2-point.
They'll go with the run and Irving. And he will get into the end zone and extend the lead by 2 more.
22.
Everybody's looking to end every drive with 6, but when you can turn that 6 into 8, man, what a confidence boost coming off the field, and they're going to force their opponent now to start chasing.
Chase McLaughlin,
Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. Ty Felton now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson.
McCarthy's pass complete to Justin Jefferson. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. Now McCarthy. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. Jamel Dean that time. All over him in coverage.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And he's going to pick up the Vikings' first down. That'll wind up a gain of 11 on 4th down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
These two in rhythm. 12 more yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. There's Jefferson. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
17
Give
more
them
yards.
17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
To the air once more is McCarthy. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's into the end zone. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
And now they'll go with the more popular of late analytics-driven decision, down 8, going for 2. And he's not going to get in. The decision to go for 2 doesn't pay off, unable to cut any further into the deficit.
28.
A one-score game late. You figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
All right, so you take your shot, you don't get it. But now your defense has to save the day. You've got all 3 timeouts. You've got to get a stop here, force them to punt the ball back, and give your offense a chance to win the game.
The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. And this game not quite in hand yet. Still, all 3 timeouts left for the defense, so they can't just kneel this one out, but 1 first down will essentially end the game. They'll run it. It's Irving. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. This is Irving, and some good blocking at the point of attack. They'll pick up on 7, and it brings up 3rd down. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. Talk things over before 3rd down. The handoff, it's Irving. And he'll work his way down to the 32-yard line, and that is enough for a first down.
That's good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. So a win here for the visiting Bucs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.